Good day, everyone. I am Teacher Bonnie. Today we are going to discuss to you the limits of algebraic functions using tables and graphs. Now, in these lessons, I'm going to present to you the introduction on learning limits. So, given a functions or a certain functions, we will going to find the limits of that certain functions. So first, we have to define the what is a limit. Limits, okay? So by finding this one, we are going to use the table first. The basic is using the tables and the graphs, okay? So what do you mean by um, limits of functions? So the limit of a function f of x is a value it approaches as the value of x approaches a certain value. If we have this f of x, there is an x approaches to a certain value. In other words, as x approaches to a or any certain value a or a constant a, ayan, the limit of a function x approaches to L. So kung unsa man ang nag-approach diari sa x diari of that function or that variable natin dito sa function, kung asa siya nag-approach, meaning to say, ang kaninga function nag-approach usab sa value or the approaches to a certain value of L. Okay? In symbol, we can say the definition we have the limit of f of x or the function as x approaches to c is equal to L. So, anaon siya pagbasa or in symbols. So, inani siya pagka-sulat. Now, if we have a certain value here or we have a certain function here, rather, if that it's the variable here approaches to a certain value, then we can say that this function approaches also to L. Okay? So, ana lang ang pasabot sa limit. Okay? We have the limit. Now, what do you mean by one-sided limit? Now, one-sided limit is the value L as the x value gets closer and closer to a certain value C from one side only, either from left or from the right side. In symbols, this one. Now, pag one-sided limit gani siya, if we have these two directions of a certain approaches of a given functions. Now, if this one, we are going to get the approaches from the left, okay, the negative, not dili tanan nga moingon nga negative values, no. When you say negative values, that's the left side of the value of x approaches to what the value given, okay? So for example, kung 2 ni diari x approaches to 2, meaning to say kung moingon ko og negative values, so unsa ang nasa mga value nga naa sa left sa 2. Okay? So unsa man to? We have 1.5, 1, 0, negative 1. So along in that way, makita nato ang left side or ang left side value nato or the negative value of approaches, okay, na nasa approaches na to, okay, na diari sa kaninga C. Now, kung moingon pud tag to the right, okay, to the right or the right side value na approaches, so kani siya, for example 2, so pwede ta ang value na to ang nag-approaches, we have 2.5, okay, 2, 2.5, 2.6, okay, 2 point, ano pa tayo, 2.6, ayan, 2.01, 2.5, ayan, so yan ang mga right side or from the right na mga value. Okay? Okay, dito. So, how to illustrate or solve the limit of a function? Using tables, okay? So, using tables, anion lang siya. Okay. Given the function, ang saang function? We have the function, we have x plus 3 approaches to 2. Now, ang atuang C here is, we have x approaches to, we have approaches to 2. So, atuang C is equal to 2. Now, atuang mahinungduman nga ang x is, nag-approach siya sa 2. So, kung sa atuang symbol natin, that is C. So, 2 ang atuang C. Now, atuang kuhaon ang left side o right side. Nag-approach sa 2. Okay? So, sa mga value nga pwede na ito nga nag-approach sa 2, we have 0, pwede. Gikan sa ano ha? Right, left side muna tayo. Left side, okay ha? X less than, dara. Left side muna tayo. So, sa inyo activity, sa test 1, so inganion ninyo pag-solve ang nasa multiple choice. Okay? We have 0, and then we have 1. Yung nag-approach ha, nag-approach sa 2. Nga naa sa left side sa 2. 0, 2, pwede ito 1.5, 1.9. Basta dili maabot og 1.99, 1.9999. Ayan. So, muna siya pwede nating i-value. Now, kung i-substitute na to, we have sa function, so 0 plus 3, that is 3. Okay, muna to ang L. Okay, this is our L. And then we have 1, kung i-substitute na to, that is 1 plus 3, that is 4. 1.5 plus 3, that is 4.5. 1.9 plus 3, that is 4.9. Then 1.99 plus 3, that is 4.99. And then 1.999 plus 3, that is 4.999. And then kung nasa sa right side sa 2, unsa mga value nga naga-approach sa 2 nga nasa right side. So we have 4, pwede ta, or 3. Then nag-approach siya, we have 2.5, pwede, 2.1, 2.01, 2.001. So wala gid siya naabot og 2. So approaches to 2 lang siya. Pero naa sa right side nga mga values. Okay, this is our L. What is our L or the f of x or y? We have 4 plus 3, that is 7. 3 plus 3, that is 6. 2 plus 5 plus 3, that is 5.5. Then 2.1 plus 3, that is 5.1. 3 plus 2.01, that is 5.01. 3 plus 2.0001, that is 5.001. Now, as you can observe, the value of in the left side, okay, in the left side value, saan siya nag-approach? That is 5. Okay? Di ba nag-approach siya sa 5? No, kung may idungagan pa ginani mo 1.99999, ang iyahang kwan is 4.9999 point ang iyahang f of x. Diri sa right side na value, nasa siya nag-approach, we have 5 point. Meaning to say, our limit of x plus 3 as x approaches to 2 is equal to 5. Okay? So, anaon lang pagkuha sa limit sa usa ka function using the table. Okay? So, pag same gani ang left side o right side, the limit exists. So, naga-exist ang limit. Pag equal ang approaches sa left side and then naga-equal dito sa right side pod. Okay? So, that's the limit 5. Pag dili siya equal, meaning to say, the limit does not exist. Okay? The limit does not exist anymore. Because, wala man siya certain. Okay? Wala siya certain na value nga hasa siya kutob or limit. Okay? Or naga-approach lang siya. Okay? So, that's the limit of a given function, which is x plus 3 as x approaches to 2. So, ako nang ginaingon, muna niya ako kung sa number line ta, so muna niya akong ginaingon ganyan. Nasa right side nga na approaches to 2 and then left side and the right side approaches to 2. Okay, by graph pod, so kung a certain graph natin, so makita natin is naga-approach siya kung ato siyang i-graph ni siya kaning 0, 3, 1, 4, kanan siya 4, 7, 3, 6. Kay ordered pair naman na kasi x and y. So kung ato siyang i-graph, so atong makita by using this graph, atong makita dayon nga ang value is naga-approach siya to 5. Okay? So which is L is equal to 5 because nag-approach siya sa 5 pero wala kaabot sa 5. No, nag-approach siya nag-approach. So, ang limit na to, so ang answer sa limit is asa siya nag-approach or kanang nag-approach nga certain value. That's the limit. Okay? Diba ninyo niya ha? Kung asa siya nag-approach and then kung ang right side o ang left side is pareha siya nag-approach as to a certain value and that value is our limit. Okay, example. Okay, ito. So, may example tayo. We have, so, 4, 5x. So, pwede natin to, butang natin dire sa table. Okay. So, butang na to sa table ha. This is, butang na to left. Ito ha. So, we have x less than 2 and then f of x or y. So, butang natin, ano lang tayo, up to, sa inyong activity is up to 6. Okay ha, up to 6. We have we have ano tayo, 0, 1, 1.5, 1.99. Okay? So dire pod we have 0. Kung sa left 0, we have 4. 1 we have ilan? 5. Then 5.5. Then 5.99. Okay? Kung sa right side tayo, we have this one. Okay? So we have x greater than 2, f of x or y. So we have, ano tayo, 3, 2.5, 2.1, 2.001. Okay. So 3 we have 7. 2.5 we have 6.5. 2.1 we have 6.1 and then 2 we have 6.001. So nag-approach siya di aris, we have limit of 4 plus x as x approaches to 2 to the right is equal to pila? 6. Kung left tayo, we have limit of 4 plus x as x approaches to 2 to the left, minus we have left and then plus to the right is equal to 6. Therefore, we have the limit of 4 plus x as x approaches to 2 is equal to 6. So, mo ni inyong solution. Okay? Sa inyong dito sa inyong test sa assessment test 1. Okay, kayong 105. Okay, ito na. We have example number, another example. So, asa siya nag-approach. So, we will have the given function x squared, the limit of x squared, the given function x squared minus 2x minus 3 all over x minus 3, we have the limit as x approaches to 3. Okay, so we have, so substitute natin, dito yon sa right. Okay, ang there sa left, we have one-sided limits from left, we have negative 2.5. So, isubstitute na to. The correct answer is, bila, we have 3.5. Okay, 3.5. Kung 2.9, that the answer is 3.9. And then for 2.999, that is 3.999. And then, kung 2.99999, that is 3.99999. Okay, so approaches siya sa asa. That is 4. And then dito, so we will have to the right side, one-sided from the right. Okay, from the right, we will have 3.5. Substitute natin to the function. So substitute lang natin tiha 3.5 squared minus 2 times 3.5 minus 3 all over 3.5 minus 3. So the answer now is 4.5. So solve niyo na using your calculator or by solving. Okay? 3.5, that is 4. Substitute natin the correct answer 4.1 and then 4.001 and then 4.00001. Kaya sa siya nag-approach, that is 4. So, pareha man sila. Therefore, your answer or your limit of a function is 4. Okay, so, ayun lang yung module 1. Okay? So, we will proceed to module 2. Okay, the limit laws. So, natay mga different laws natin, yung fundamental operation laws, so addition, subtraction na yun. So, in limit also, we will have also the exponential function in general mathematics. So, we will also have the exponential laws. We have, or laws of exponent. Ayun. So, dito sa limit, we will have also laws. So, we have limit laws are used as alternative ways in solving the limit of a function without using table of so kung without using values in graph tables of values and graphs, we will also solve the limits using the given laws. Okay, now the first law is the limit of a constant itself, k, in any, if k is any constant, then, okay, miskan pag-unsa ang naka-approach siya diari sa C, basta kay constant ang ato ang dire is, ang inyong kopyahon is kaning nalang yun diari, which is the k. Okay? Kana siya, kung unsa ang naa diari, mo put ang answer sa limit. Miskan pag-unsa nga value ang naa diari. Okay? Any constant value. Basta any constant value, basta constant ang diri, ang answer is kanang k. Okay? So for example, limit of 5 as x approaches to c, then 5 is equal to 5. Then also here, so negative 9, automatically negative 9 ang answer. Letter B or ikaduhang law, we have the limit of x approaches to c is equal to c. Okay, now, kung ato ang limit is x lang or one variable, automatically kung unsang nag-approach mo to ang answer. Okay? Example, limit of x as x approaches to 8, kung so asa siya nag-approach, automatically mo na ang answer. So, sayon lang siya, no? We have also here limit of x as x approaches to negative 2. So, x naman ni siya, one variable. So, single variable. So, we will have automatically negative 2 our limit. The next one is the constant multiple theorem. So, pag constant multiple theorem, we will have our given a constant and a single variable. We have the limit of a constant k times a function is equal to the product of that constant in its function's limit. For example, if limit of f of x is equal to 3, so for example, given na ang atuang limit sa function which is 3, then limit of 5 times a function, okay, the limit of this is 5 times the limit of this is equal to 3. Ito. So, just simply multiply, no? So, kung, for example, lang, bragya pang taong naga-multiply, okay? For example, f of x times g of x. So, given nga, ang f of x is equal to 3, and then, kung isolve na to ang limit ani is equal to 5, so, just simply, 3 times 5 is equal to 15. So, balik, bragya pag ingani siya og, ingana siya og, way to solve in this law. Okay? itong letter C na law. Also here, we have negative, a limit of negative 5 as x approaches the 6. So, sa tuwang limit ani answer, we have negative 9. So, ito, negative 9. The limit of f of x, ito, ang limit ng f of x is given man, which is 3. So, just simply multiply by 3. So, negative 3 multiplied by 3, that is negative 27. Letter D. Okay, ito, addition theorem. So, ano lang siya, sa addition theorem, you can apply the previous laws for finding the limit of a specific function. Then, go with the fundamental operation of addition. So, just simply add the limit. So, ayaw sa tong ipang-add tong function. Kundi, kuha sa ang limit bago nimo siya i-add. Okay? So, ang limit mo na to imuhang i-add. Okay? Kaya basin, ang tendency ba, kay ang diretso na nyo, ang function mo inyo ang i-plus. So, for example, x plus 3 man ang isa kay x plus 1. So, i-add mo tong duha ka function. So, dili na pagpareha og na tendency nga dili na magpareha og answer. Okay? In other way of calculus. So, dili siya. So, we will using this law in finding the limits. So, that's the sum. So, the sum of the limits of the two function. A limit of the two functions. Okay? Example, if ang limit aning isa ka function is 3. Okay. Okay, gihatag na nila ang kuan, ang limit, ang answer. Ang limit po na ng isa ka function kay negative 4. So, you just simply add. We have 3 plus negative 4 is equal to negative 1. So, ano lang siya. Another example, ang limit aning f of x ng function is negative 5, and then ang limit po aning g of x is negative 2, then we will then add. So, add niya siya, then just simply add negative 5 plus negative 4 equals negative 9. Same with subtraction. So, ganun pa din subtraction. Pero, please be be careful to the sign. Okay ha? Yung negative and positive sign. Okay, just simply, okay, the limit of this function is 3. Ito. And then the limit of this function is negative 4. So, by subtracting the two, the limit function, we have 3 minus, ikulong dyan nato na siya, negative 4, that is positive 7. And then we have example number 2, we have the limit of this function is negative 5, and then the limit of this function is negative 2. So, di aring ako ang case is gahatag na daan ang limit. Pero pag wala paghatag, so you can use the previous or the other laws in finding the limit bago ninyo i-execute ang operation. Then we have negative 5. Ito ha, mali na siya. We have negative 5. Negative 5. This is negative 2 man siya. So we have negative 2 minus negative 2 is equal to plus na siya, may mong plus. We have negative 3. So, ang the correct answer ha, dapat sa dili ning negative 1. Mali ni siya, mali. So, the correct answer is negative 3. Kung multiplication, ganun pa din. So, just simply get the limit and then the limit of the 2 or more, just multiply. Okay, so limit ani is 3, limit ani is negative 4, multiply, that is negative 12. Limit aning ang function is negative 5, limit aning function is negative 2, just multiply, negative 5 times negative 2, that is positive 10. So, mali ni siya. So, the division theorem, ganun pa din. Pero, dapat na siya condition, dapat ang denominator not equal to 0. Because, if that case, may equal to 0, then you can write as D and E. Okay? Does not exist. O, kung mag-0 ang M. Okay, so dapat dili mag-0 ang m. So dire is, we have the limit of this function is 3, and then the limit of this function is negative 6. So negative 3 divided by negative 6, positive 3 divided by negative 6 is equal to negative 1 half. The limit of this one is 0, and then the limit of g is 7. So 0 divided by 7, that is 0. So any 0 divided by any number or any real number is always equal to 0. Ay na, except for 0 also. Kasi pag 0 and 0 is indeterminate na siya. Okay? The power. Okay, ito, power theorem. So, pag power theorem tayo, so kung unsa man ang limit sa function, raised to that power, just go with the power operations. Okay? So, for example, dari ang limit aning f of x is equal to 3 as x approaches to c. Ang power niya is 4. So, just simply 3 raised to 4, that is 81. So, unahon dyan mo kuha ang katong limit sa function. Next example is the limit of this one is negative 4. So, in the problem, raise niya of 3. So, just simply negative 4 raised to the power of 3, that is negative 64. Next, okay, pag square root or radical or root theorem, square root, cube root, or something, so the limit of that one is, you can get the limit of this nasa sulod bago nimo sa i-extract og square root, okay? For example, there is example. Given ang limit na sa function which is 8, so the limit of that radicand, which is the cube root of that function, okay, ganito siya. And then, cube root of 8, which is 2. Okay? So, again, kung given ang ato ang limit of a function, so just simply execute the moment ang problem na to. This is the problem. Okay? So, same with this, na ato ang i-rewrite in solving. So, the limit of this one, di ba, ang kani siya is dara. So, 8 man is, so cube root of 8, dara siya, nahingon siyang ani. And then cube root of 8, we have positive 2. Kung 64 naman lang sad, and then we have negative, we have square root of that function is equal to the square root of that limit of a function, which is 64, and then square root of 64 is equal to 8. Okay. So, using the in module 2, we are not going to use the table of values or the graph. So, we will use the laws of the limit. Okay? So, for example, number 1. So, we just simply, in this case, we are simply follow my rule. Okay? So, ako ang hinimo nga rule, i-follow lang ninyo. Number 1, pag linear lang siya, anion lang siya. Kung linear gani ang given, example, number 1, linear ni siya ha, linear equation ni siya. So, pag linear, just simply automatically substitute the approaches. So, we have the limit of wala mo na yung equal sign. So, the limit of x squared plus 4x minus 3 as x approaches to 4. So, we have, kung linear ganina siya ha, linear lang, linear, or linear, nakalinya lang na ihang equation, just simply substitute the approaches. So, which is 4. So, just simply substitute. We have 4 raised to 2 plus 4 times 4 minus 3. So, 4 times 4, that is 16 plus 16 minus 3. So, we will have 32 minus 3, which is, pila? That is 29. So, we have, the answer is 29. Ikaduha. Okay? Ikaduha, ato lang to siya. Pag linear gani, automatically, diretso sa substitute. Pag rational, okay, pag rational natin yung may numerator at saka may denominator, kung saan ang ato ang buhaton na ni, first is, ang inyong buhaton is, tanawa ang approaches kung makapa-zero sa denominator, okay? Kung makapa-zero. Okay. Kung dili gani makapa-zero, ang kaning approaches kung i-substitute nimo sa denominator, automatically idiretso sa substitute following this example number 1. So, ikuha na siya, i-substitute diretso. Okay? Pero, pag mo ano gani siya, makapa-zero gani siya, ang inyong buhaton, pag check ha, kung makapa-zero gani, is i-factor both numeric ang i-factor ang pwede ma-factor and then i-cancel ang pwede i-cancel. Then after kung after ninyo ma-execute ana, then substitute. Okay, ana lang ang atuang rule nato, okay? Again, kung makapa-zero gani ang approaches sa denominator, i-factor both numerator and denominator, i-cancel ang naay ma-cancel, and then after ana i-substitute din ang answer mo na to, ang limit na to. Okay, diari example number 2. Okay, diari is i-substitute na to ang 1, so 1 plus 2, that is 3. So dili siya makapa-zero sa denominator. So just simply substitute natin, which is 1 plus 5 over 1 plus 2 is equal to 6 plus 3 is equal to 2. So the limit is equal to 2. Okay, we have example number 3. Limit of, okay, ikatulo na nga rule is, or last, we have radical. Okay, na mga square root, cube root, ana-ana siya. So dapat is, ang inyong buhaton is, unsa ang makapa-negative sa radicand. Kaning nasa sulod. Okay? So, say makapa-zero ana. Kung ang makapa-zero gani 0, kung makapa-zero gani ang approaches, meaning to say, the limit does not exist. Okay? Pero kung dili gani siya, makapa-zero, and then, kung dili siya makapa-zero, just automatically substitute the value to that variable. Pero kung makapa-zero siya, and then kung pwede magamitan ninyo rationalizing the denominator or numerator, kung rational nga naka-radical siya, so pwede ninyo na ma-execute. As long as dili man negative ang nadiri sa sulod, inig substitute nato. Kaya kung ma-negative, automatically the limit does not exist because the square root of negative is imaginary, not real numbers. So we are dealing with real numbers also in this case. Okay? So we will have 2 in this case is kung substitute 2 ang 2, so 66 minus 2, that's 64, so dili siya makapa-0. So we will have the square root of 66 minus 2, so that is square root of 64. So what is the square root of 64? That is 8. So unya na mo mag-equal sign kung masubstitute na ninyo ang limit. So di pa mo pwede mag-equal sign kung wa pa mo ninyo na masubstitute ang value dito sa function. In this case, so buta na to 3. Sa nga rule, katong ikaduha na to nga rule, which is 3. So try natin. Substitute na to ang 3. 3 squared minus 3 minus 6. So this is 9 minus 3 minus 6. This is 9 minus 9, that is 0. So makapa-0 siya. So dili pwede i-substitute ang 3 diretso. So ato siyang i-factor. So limit of x minus 3 all over of factor natin. So factor na x ug ang x. So we'll have So we will have x and then x. As x approaches to 3. So, minus 3 natin dito. And then, ito 6 man. So, negative 6 man na siya. So, plus, ilan yan? 2. So, try natin. X squared. So, positive 2x of negative 2, negative 3x. So, negative 1x. Okay, negative x minus 6. Okay, this is correct. And then, cancel. Okay, makancel na siya. Cancel. So, ang nabilin is limit of 1 over x plus 2 as x approaches to 3. So, then balik ta sa rule. I-substitute na to. Kung dili na ba naman siya ma-0. Kung dili na ma-0, and then that's the time mag-substitute ta. Okay? So, is equal to 1 over 3 plus 2 is equal to 1 over 5. So, this is the answer. Okay? So, makuha na. Then, okay, this is another example, the last example. So, tingnan natin kung makapa-0 ba siya. Okay, so dili makapa-0 sa numerator, then proceed to substitute. Okay, square root of negative 6 squared plus 13 plus 6 minus negative 6 over 45. So, pila na siya? This is square root of 36 plus 13 plus 6 over, pila ni siya? We have 40. 5 plus 6, that is negative 51. Okay, darita pa dayon. So, 36 plus 13, that is 49 plus 6 all over negative 51. Square root of 49, that is 7 plus 6 over negative 51. And then we will have 13 over negative 51, or negative 13 over 51 is the correct answer. So thank you. Thank you for your for listening to my topic, the module 1 and the module 2, and see you next time. God bless.